What's up, guys? My name is F, and welcome back to the Junkyard. So, really quickly, just some house cleaning stuff, spring cleaning, if you will. Um, I haven't posted a video in 2 weeks. I tried to make a video last week, and it's gonna be the reason why this video is an extra 5 minutes longer, and it's also gonna cut in the middle of the day. Um, it's because it was really bad last week, frankly. Uh, I kind of made it in like the middle of the night and I kind of rambled. I listened to it back, and it was pretty incoherent. And I ended up stopped talking like halfway through it, and I just started playing pretty much silently. But I started working on a big project in the Minecraft world, so I didn't want to just lose this footage completely. So you'll see what's going on in the background. But this is new territory today. We're doing a voiceover for the first time ever in the Junkyard series. Um, it's a topic of discussion I wanted to talk about for a while now. It's kind of like self-actualization type stuff. Um, but yeah, it just like I feel like I don't really know who I am, and I feel like that's not like that weird of a thing for me to say. I feel like I feel like I act differently around people and I feel like I act different around different people subconsciously almost, and it's kind of hard for me to get. I'm losing my train of thought almost because I don't have Minecraft to keep me grounded while I'm playing it. So I have a few notes like actually written down that because I knew this was gonna be a problem and still not helping as much as I thought it would. But I feel like it's hard for me to know for you to know like who you really are as a person. If this whole thought process stemmed from a video I saw on TikTok that was like complaining about like different people changing the way they talk on TikTok or like the influencer accents, quote unquote, and specifically the influencer accent, where it's like they change the way they talk. And I feel like I do that a little bit, and I do it subconsciously, and kind of made me realize a lot of this. And this is stuff I kind of realized already before, where I kind of feel like I act differently around different people without really choosing to. And I don't really mean in the sense that I'm like, oh yeah, I just don't say swear words around my parents like I do around my friends. I am way more. I'm way more. I say way more gay jokes around my friends than I do around my parents. So it's not like someone like that. It just like the whole. It's almost like I have a whole different personality for like different people I'm hanging out with almost. And it's just like I don't know which one of those personalities or if any of them are who I am in the most real sense of myself. There's like a Japanese saying, you probably heard about this before, where just like there's three faces. There's the one that you show to the world, where it's just like you're walking on the street, you're at the grocery store talking to the cashier, whatever. That's just like that's how you outwardly project yourself. And there's the second face, which is the one you show to like your close friends or family. You're hanging out on Thanksgiving, just like talking to people. That's just how you act. Or you're at your friend's house hanging out. That's how you act. I know. I said I got different personalities there, but that's all one face according to Japan. And then there's the third face that you don't show anyone, and that's the truest reflection of who you are. It's like a secret. It's hidden away. It's no one knows this is you. This is a secret, and but I feel like that third level is just so deeply tucked and that's hidden away that you never even really find out yourself who that version of you is. And maybe I don't know, this is like a just me problem, because I know a lot of people don't have this problem where they feel like they're acting with different people so much. But at the same time, I do feel like that people don't know who their most real version of themselves is at the same time. But I don't know if this is relatable at all. Just let me know in the comments. I know a lot of people do comment on these videos, which I do appreciate, but I don't want to make it feel like it's too much of like a content engagement farm, whatever. I just want to be able to talk about shit I like talking about. Um, but like this third version of yourself, where it's like the version of you that's like most actualized version of yourself. You don't really even know who you are, and you can't really even find out who that version of you is. Because now you can go and have a sit down one on one, Shaq and Kobe style, sit across from each other, talk to each other, ask questions like you do when you meet someone new, and you're like trying to learn about them, and you're asking them like questions and learning about someone. You can't do that with yourself. It's just all internal. It's an internal monologue, and it's not an internal dialogue. It's monologue. One person talking in there. So you can't have this conversation with yourself, but learn about yourself. That everything's already kind of known almost. and also like when you're going back to that face thing with Japan, what point are you going from like phase one to phase two when you're meeting someone? Because like at what point does someone like really know who you are enough? And you can see in the background we're starting this project, by the way. We're doing like a great walled slash dam slash bridge across this waterway here. So I can start building more junk on the grass. I just wanted to so you guys can see what's going on. You guys can see what's going on back there. I just want to make sure you guys are aware. Um, Geez, I've been talking for 5 minutes already, but I haven't gotten through nearly anything I wanted to get through. But like, for example, if you're meeting someone new, like I'm at the gym, I meet someone new, I'm talking to her, and I'm just like, hey, what's up? I'm AJ. Nice to meet you. Blah 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 blah. And at what point does it become like, okay, this is just like someone you meet, and just like phase one, outward reject, or into phase two, where it's like, hey, this is a friend of mine now. Blah 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 blah. They know this, this, this. This is how I cross that threshold, right? And at what point does that become like someone that you know for real? Because every day you change a little bit. So if like I have a friend, right, that I haven't seen since high school, and then all of a sudden I like, for example, I started playing hockey again with my buddy from high school. I literally haven't seen him in like 2 years. I show up to the ice rink and we meet up. We were like texting each other and we meet up there. And it's like I haven't seen this dude in 2 years. I don't know what he's gonna be like. And I mean, we haven't changed too much. It's only been 2 years, but like, I don't know what's changed in 2 years. But so I'm imagining him what he was like 2 years ago. I don't know why my dog's barking. I'm imagining what he was like 2 years ago, not what he was like today. So he could be a whole different person now. I mean, he is a bit different, obviously, because he's 2 years older. He wasn't living away in college, and I'm not. I have a job. But, it's a whole different, like, lifestyle that you're having now. So it's like a whole different path that we went off in different directions, coming back, converging with each other again. And it's like, it's just changing. My image of him is so much different than his self-image of himself, or it's someone that, like, he's friends with at college. Their image of him. If my image of him from when he went to college, moved back to school, is different than his friend from school, and his friend from school, their image from the end of the year to the beginning of next school year will be different than my image of him from the end of from now to the end of the summer, if that makes sense. Because everyone's just like changing, just even if it's just a little bit every day, it's just like over that course of time. Like imagine your friend like growing out their hair, you see him one day that's short hair, and then you see him 2 months later, all of a sudden 2 months like worth of hair longer, and it's like, what the hell? But and then you like look back at your old self, like it's not like be like, oh, look at me, I'm a YouTuber, but like I fucking make YouTube videos. I can go back and look at my old videos. I'm like, dude, I was lame, I was fat, I was freaking weird looking. I made weird jokes. My jokes have gotten better. I'm not. I talk better, even though this is not exactly the greatest proof of the pudding of that. And I'm sure in 2 years I'm gonna watch this freaking video and it's gonna be like, damn, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, because shit changed. I'm 21 years old. I'm gonna 23. I'm 23. And 19-year-old me is not gonna agree with 21-year-old me. 23-year-old me is not gonna agree with 21-year-old me. Shit changes. And there's like also people, it's like my friend, like going back to like the friend thing, you imagine your friend being a certain way, but there's also people that like you knew like very slightly from like elementary school, for example, like something I knew in like 5th or 6th grade that I haven't seen since then. And if I like see him in public, it's all of a sudden gonna be like so much different. Like for a reason, we went to like 2 different restaurants in a row, like for like family dinners. My brother got, I wouldn't say recognized, but like, recognized is the right word for it, but it makes it sound like he's a celebrity. Just like friends that he had like in elementary school or middle school, and he was like online school and like from COVID onward. So from his like 8th grade through like high school, he didn't go in person. So these people he haven't seen since he was like 14 years old, and they're recognizing him, and they're like they have an image of him as the 14-year-old version of them and of him in their head, and they have no idea what he's like now. And I'm like, it gets me thinking like, well, first of all, it gives me thinking like, I'm surprised I don't recognize more people out here, because I went to school the whole time, and we live in the same damn town as the schools we went to, and it's not like he's getting recognized. It's not like these random people he went to school with are recognizing him and they're coming up to him. It's like he's also recognizing them at the same time. He wouldn't go up to him because he's not as social, but they are recognizing him. They're recognizing each other, but I don't recognize anyone that I see out in school. Maybe I just forget. I've been getting forgetful. I'm with my old age of 21 years old. But But it's like I'm like if someone recognizes me from 6th grade in elementary school and they imagine that version of me, dude, they're gonna think I'm such a freaking lame-o. Cause I was such a freaking lame-o. I was making YouTube videos in 12th grade or in 12th grade, in 6th grade, and I was such a freaking loser. And now I'm making YouTube videos in a way cooler way. But I mean, I'm hopefully I don't subconsciously do this, and you guys don't do this. If you guys ever meet someone like this, we're running low on time here, just to let you guys know on with this amount of video that's left. So I might have to come back and start cutting stuff. Not gonna lie. All right, I might actually do a little bit of editing of like cutting out like gaps and like pauses and stuff in this one if I'm running over on time. But you know, tonight I'll go to sleep and we'll wake up tomorrow morning a different person than when I record this. I'm a different person now in real life than I am when I recorded this. The version of me that recorded this days before, because this is Thursday and you're just gonna see this on Sunday. And I'm a different version of myself right now than I was before I started recording this 10 minutes ago. So what is the real version of me? What is the real version of me? The real me is the only version of me that exists in like this very moment, I guess. And any version of me before or after that, before any version of me before or after that cannot and does not exist in that same moment. Does that make sense? But those moments past and forthcoming are still part of me. I'm trying to make it sound more profound. The real version of me is the real me is the only version of me that exists in this very moment, and any version of me before or after this moment does not exist in the same moment and cannot exist in the same moment. So it does not exist. Boom. But these moments past that have happened and are going to happen are still a part of me and will be a part of me, even if it's not a part of that version of me in this living moment. Does that make sense? I don't know. Let me know. David Bowie once said, for some reason, I didn't know this guy was a philosopher, but he said, this is a quote I wrote down. Quote, aging is an extraordinary process whereby you become the person you always should have been. Maybe as I get closer to the end of my life, it'll start to all come together more. I mean, I'm not 100% sure what that is meaning, but I mean, what he was trying to get at there, what the question was that led him to say that, or he just said that unprompted or something. But I tend to believe the fact that the more you live your life, the more you are working towards a version of yourself that you're supposed to be. Because all these experiences are like building into the version, like maturing you into the version you're supposed to be. Like, what's like a traumatic event that happened to me? I can't really think of anything that I want to divulge in a video. I'm gonna make a really dramatic event that didn't happen. Let's just say some hypothetical person named Bart Simpson got in a car crash. Bart Simpson got in a car crash, right, when he was 18 years old. 16-year-old Bart Simpson never had that experience, so he drives like someone who never got in a car crash before. But 20-year-old Bart Simpson will drive like someone who has gotten in a bad car crash before. So he's more of the 20-year-old Bart Simpson is more of a version of who he's supposed to end up being than 16-year-old Bart Simpson is. I took a screenshot for what the thumbnail is, if you guys didn't notice. If that makes sense. So like as he gets closer to the end of his life, he's more closer to what he was always supposed to be. Version of himself that he was always supposed to be. If that makes sense. I don't know if it does. Let me know. I used to be able to like imagine myself a lot when I was a kid. Like I'd think about myself like in the future, like what I'd be like, and I was wrong a lot. But like the image I had of myself, I feel like I look like I thought I would almost. But I don't know if that's true either. Maybe I just think that because I look in the mirror, I'm like, that's what I look like. But at the same time, it's like a dissociation where it's like, is that me? But you know, I know it's me. It's a whole thing. But it's like, I was very much wrong. But it's like, now it's just like, I can't even like picture what I look like, what my life's going to be like going forward. I can't even imagine what I'm going to be like by the end of the summer, let alone what I'm going to be like in a few years. When I was like 11, I was like, oh yeah, when I'm 20, I'm going to be like this, this, and this. And I was wrong about a lot of it, to be honest. But now I don't even know what I'm going to be like. I have no idea what my life has coming for me. It's like I can't even. It's not even like I can't. It's like not even like I imagine an open field of a future. It's like I just imagine a nothing. It's just like there's nothing there. It's like a wall almost, a cut off. It just feels weird. But I don't know. Could be nothing. Maybe just a maturity, or maybe it's just a reverse memory loss where I'm losing future memory. I don't know. But maybe peace. Maybe I wrote this down trying to be profound. I don't know if it worked. But maybe the peace will be found in knowing that you will forever be changing and never be able to fully know who you are, or fully know yourself is what I wrote down by changing to who you are. I don't know. I'm running out of time on the footage I have, but thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all next week.